This is a production of PBS Charlotte.
107.9 The Link, Charlotte's best mix. Matt Ramona, Patton Oswalt. Tickets in a bit. Chance to meet Lizzo at 4:30. Ramona.
It's one of Charlotte's most popular radio shows.
It's #1 in everything.
The Matt Ramona Show, weekday afternoons on 107.9 The Link.
If you are a person who stacks your dishes to store them between meals, then you should be the person who is washing the bottom of your dishes.
If you listen to the show, it's so fun. It's so current.
Matt Harris and Ramona Holloway, along with producers Brent Bandy O'Brien and Carrie Doc Bowser, feature a mix of adult contemporary music and some goofy banter, usually on the most random subjects.
I can't tell you the last time I hand-washed a plate.
I've hand-washed a plate before, like...
Listen to you, Mr. First World.
Ramona was recognized 3 times by Charlotte Magazine as the city's best radio personality, but off-air, her life is quite different.
Nothing prepared me for it. Nothing.
79-year-old Louise Glover, known as Wheezy, is Ramona's mother.
She was a French and Spanish teacher for over 40 years.
In the early 2000s, while still teaching in Ohio, Wheezy began having health issues, starting with disc issues in her back.
She's had 3 back surgeries. She'd really lost all of her fine motor skills in her fingers.
Each Friday after wrapping up her shift, Ramona would head straight to the airport and hop on a flight to Columbus.
I'd stay there all weekend, cleaning, laundry, grocery shopping, and then Monday morning, I catch the 6 a.m. flight back here.
She did the weekend shuttle for 6 months before finally giving Mom a choice, move into assisted living or come to Charlotte.
After a lot of persuasion, she somewhat reluctantly decided to move.
Ramona quickly got Wheezy acclimated, taking her to all sorts of events around town.
37 mother-daughter look-alike duos are going to compete at the Southern Women's Show.
Ramona assumed that the worst was over. Turns out, though, it was only just beginning.
But then about 5 years ago, it really hit me that, the back isn't our problem. Our major problem is her mind.
That light bulb moment happened one night while out to dinner at one of Wheezy's favorite restaurants.
And she loved to go to this fish camp because she loves their crab cakes. And I said, I don't even know why I'm looking at the menu. I know what I'm getting, and I know what you're getting. And she said, what? And I thought she was joking. I said, you're getting the crab cakes. And she said, do I like crab cakes? I mean, that question, I can still hear it. I can still see the expression on her face. It punched me in the gut. And then stuff started to make sense. Wow. We've got a problem.
The diagnosis? Unspecified dementia, something that unfortunately runs in the family.
And my grandfather had dementia.
She hired some part-time help, but as Wheezy's condition deteriorated, she eventually needed constant care.
Now, I don't feel comfortable leaving her alone in the house at all.
This spring, Ramona hired a recent college grad, Saya Casey, who lives with them rent-free. In exchange, Saya makes meals and watches after Wheezy when Ramona is out.
So this was a win-win. She needed a place to live, we needed more help.
Wheezy does remember some things and always makes time to watch her beloved Ohio State Buckeyes.
Go Bucks!
But she can't remember if she fed the dog.
She doesn't realize this poor dog already ate. He ate an hour ago.
The ability to remember current events, cook, and the names of most people are also slipping away.
What am I eating today? What am I wearing today? Where am I going today? Who's coming over today? And once you answer those questions, they're coming at you again in a half an hour. And I try to be patient because she doesn't know that she just asked that same battery of questions.
But perhaps worst of all, Wheezy is losing her ability to find the right words.
I have quite a nice little, I didn't before have it, but when I got here and started doing,
Place to keep all
I had, yes, and I have them
portfolio?
portfolios, yes.
words are so important to her. So when she started losing her words, it was like, I couldn't think of anything sadder for her to lose.
But play an old classic song, and Wheezy will sing right along with every word.
Shoes and don't you step on my blue suede shoes.
So how is it someone can forget so many things, but somehow remember the words to decades-old songs?
Music resides in a place in the brain that is not normally affected by Alzheimer's or dementia.
3 days a week, Wheezy goes to the Ivy Memory Healthcare Center in South Park.
It's really a brain health club.
At first I was like, oh no, I don't think I'm gonna like it here. Then it's like, okay, we're gonna give it a try.
The Ivy organizes all sorts of brain-stimulating activities like painting and singing. And Wheezy, oh, she loves to sing.
Whatever will be, will be.
But perhaps the biggest thing the Ivy does is give the primary caregiver a break.
This is really a whole family disease and really requires a whole family solution. And we're part of that family.
Dementia is one of the few diseases that is harder on the caregiver than the patient.
Ramona is an only child, divorced with no children of her own. Her mother's care is all on her.
It breaks my heart for people who don't have a me.
The one thing Ramona has gotten used to over these last 5 years is constant change.
When she has like this flash of greatness, this light bulb that goes off, that's like, wow, I can't believe you remembered that. Wow, you go, girl. Like that next week, it's like there's a drop.
Working full-time while also taking care of her mother, combined with all the logistics and expenses, is understandably taking its toll.
This year was tough to do the mother-daughter look-alike contest because there was a part of me that said, this is probably our last one. And if I stay in that mind space, it takes me down. Every single day, you wake up and tell God how grateful you are for what she remembers today.
Keeping all this private would be the understandable and easy thing to do, but Ramona decided to openly talk about it on air. She's hoping that by sharing her story, it will help someone, anyone, who's going through the same thing she is. For Caroline Impact, I'm Jason TERZIS reporting.